And it's starting to sprinkle, so if it starts raining, you guys want to come in here, I'll just turn around. Okay, so you guys want to step under here before it starts?
I don't know, man. That fire's kind of toasty.
Bleach ratio. Everybody says you can purify water by putting bleach in it. There's some truth to that, but you need to filter it first through like a handkerchief or something like that. It's pretty cruddy, so what you do is after you put the proper amount of bleach in there, you want it to smell like bleach a little bit, but not be overwhelming. If it doesn't smell like bleach, it needs a couple more drops. Let it set for 15 minutes. Take it and put it in a bottle or whatever, shake the heck out of it. That way it gets it aerated, gets the flavor a little bit better. Or stir it if it's in a pot or a pan, stir it up pretty good. I got some lake water here. You guys see where they advertise those Ketadine, or I'm sorry, the Berkey filters, the big silver ones. They're drip filters. They're a couple $100. I forget how many hundreds or thousands of gallons of water they process, but they're pricey. For a quick, simple setup, you could buy something like this. You could buy the kit. What it is 2 buckets of any size. You get the 5-gallon, 6-gallon buckets, or these are like a 2 or 3-gallon bucket. A drip filter here, and that's one of the ceramic filters. I think it was like 18 bucks. It's a ceramic and it's got charcoal on the inside. So between the ceramic taking out all the little particulates and the charcoal on the inside, it makes water safe. And I forget how microns it gets it down to. One of these filters are supposed to filter a gallon in 24 hours. Well, I did this at the lake one day, and it's about a quart in 24 hours. But it's real simple, and water was perfectly clear, perfectly clean tasting. When you set these up, just get a regular spigot like that. They make kits that have it all. If you do it, and if I haven't got around to it yet, I'd put 2 more of those in. You put 3 of them in, it's going to get the water done three times as fast. Real easy. Just put it in, click it together, so nothing else.
It's in there.
Contaminants get in there, and we're going to pretend like that clicked in. Hold that, please. Mosquito lake water.
I wonder why they call it that.
Yeah. And then just fill that bucket all the way up, and the pressure will allow it to drip. That's about halfway up that filter, so we'll check that out here around dinner time. Just actually, let me put a little more in there. Hold that again, please. I just want to cover that filter up.
And that's just like a force filter?
Yep.
Now this will have to be purified.
Nope, because of the charcoal in it. The charcoal takes out all the contaminants in there. And the ceramic is so tight, and it's porous, but it's not real porous, and that'll take and filter out all the particulates, all the pieces.
Okay.
So we'll see what we get here in a little bit.
And where'd you get that filter?
Either eBay or Cheaper Than Dirt. Cheaper Than Dirt's a magazine that has a lot of stuff that all of us would be interested in. All right, moving right along. A lot of people carry these little straws. This is a Frontier straw. This is the $9 or $10 one. Sawyer straws are a little better. It tells you on the back everything it does. It removes 99.9% of a lot of different things. A lot of people get these, they carry these, say, okay, I'm going to use this, I'm going to keep it in here until it's good to go. Well, when you keep it in here like this, it's the charcoal that's in there that kills the stuff is kind of powdery. So you have to rinse it first. So you don't want to take it out of here and shove it in there and start drinking, or when you spit, you're going to have a mouthful of black stuff come out. So yeah, you just take these while you're at home, run them under the spigot both ways, turn them upside down, shake them a little bit. Then when they're dried out, then pack them, get them ready to go. You get like something that comes in a plastic tube. If you know anybody that's in the medical field, the 60cc syringe tubes these fit perfect in there. Put them in there, put a little piece of tape across the top, throw them in your bag, your go bag or whatever. This is my little fanny pack here, and I got one here already rinsed out and ready to go. My day pack or my backpack, I'm going for the day, this Ketadine Hiker. Ketadine's the brand name, Hiker's the model. All this is a filter pump, and this thing works good. You could filter a ton of water with this. Again, it takes everything out and makes it so it's potable water so that you can drink it. Usually these are about 75 to 80 bucks, but you can get them on for sale or find them online as cheap as $60. Got a little filter, large particulate filter on the end. You got to float so it doesn't go to the bottom of what you're filtering. I hate to make this ground wet.
You want to put it in
Put it right back in the bucket.
No, we're going to use those later. Yeah, but that discoloration, that's just air bubbles in there. But you could see, actually, yeah, open that up. You can see how fast this will pump the water out. Hold that, please. And it's not like you're working hard with this. I like this one because it's compact. That's good. I forget how much water these filters are good for. When you buy them, it tells you how many gallons or hundreds or thousands of gallons you can filter through here. And
well, the $325 one
Lake water
does 13,000 gallons. And you can rinse the filter once.
Okay.
And then the replacement filter is almost as much as the whole
unit. Yeah.
And that.
Again, when you're done with anything like this, whoopsie.
You got wet.
Today. It's good to go. Now when you go home, you take the filter out, rinse it out. That's what I recommend doing with it. But this is a great filter. I think I've used these before and put hundreds of gallons through them. When you start, if you buy any of this stuff, you want to read what it's going to do and what it's going to take out, because some of the stuff, when it's done, it still needs to be treated. Like you'd asked about this. If the water was really, really like sewer type polluted water, you wouldn't want to drink. You'd want to find another source. But if you have any doubts, you can always treat what's in the bottom. Treat it with bleach, treat it with the pills. They sell these fancy little potable aqua little pills. Basically, their iodine is the main component in it. Or you can treat water with iodine. Since everybody is more of a prepping thing, that we're not in the shit hit the fan scenario yet. If you have these, you could buy these and keep these up. If not, if you're worried about iodine, you might come across iodine. Not too many people keep that stored in their house. So if you had to go scavenge something from a house in a shit hit the fan scenario, you'd be more apt to find bleach than iodine pills. But if you're prepping and you get these, what these are good for is putting in with your canteen. You keep one right here with your canteen and you're good to go. If you ever need it, you always have some handy.
Are them the ones that improve the taste of the water too?
They do have some. They're a 2-pack that when you put it in, it makes the water kind of a different color, kind of almost a reddish brown color. And I'm going to throw 2 in here just to get the water darker quicker, but eventually it will. And it does have a funky taste, almost like a medicinal taste. Did you have that lid? Or did I?
Most places that sell those actually sell the flavor tabs with it too.
Yeah, they do have something that, it'll take a while for those to start. They do have something that'll take the flavor and make it more of a neutral flavor. But with that being said, anytime water sits, if you store water for a long time, it starts to get a stale taste. And the easiest way to get rid of that stale taste is just aerate your water. Just put it in something and shake it, and it'll make it taste a little bit better. You got cruddy water. You want to try to go ahead and, Smokey the Barrett, you want to try to get at least most of the particulates out before you start trying to filter it, because it'll let your filter last longer. You'll be able to get more out of your filter than without. The best thing to do then is just try to get some type of filter over it. Hold that right there, please. It's sitting there. This was washed with or dried with fabric softener.
Yep.
Eventually that would soak through it, get out the particulates. And anybody think it's good to drink at that point?
No.
In a pinch, you're dying. You're gonna die of dehydration. Good to drink?
No.
No. Because even though you would hydrate yourself, if you get some stomach bug and get diarrhea or start vomiting, you're gonna dehydrate yourself even faster. Once you get too dehydrated, you start getting muscle cramps or not able to do the work or function or walk to safety faster or protect yourself faster, but it also starts causing problems with your heart, with different organisms in your body that rely on the water to move around to do its thing.
At that point, you could boil it.
You could boil it at that point. When you go to boil water, you put boil water in here. We would take and filter it like that to get the particulates out. This right here was out of a moving lake, so there's not a lot of big particulates in there. So we're gonna take this here. 2 minutes of a rolling boil. So we're gonna set this over here for a few minutes. You see the iodine starting to leach the color out into there. We will.
The bottle in the bucket.
You could take this bottle, the best way to do it is tie a rope or a string or something. You could hang it over the fire. Second best way is you can set it next to the fire. what's that gonna do? Is the bottle gonna melt and everything? It'll only melt from the water level up. The water will keep it cool. It only melts so far, it won't melt shut. There's some controversy whether it leaches chemicals out of the plastic into the water. I would think it would almost have to. But the chemicals aren't gonna kill you immediately like the crud in the water will. It might just give you some chemical stuff down the road. But if you do this and it's full of chemicals and you drink it, that much isn't going to hurt you. If it does, it's going to be years down the road, not right away. So at least you'll make it a survival.
For this, you said about 20-25 bucks to make this.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, that one I think was 19 with one filter, and the spigot was like $1 or $2 for the spigot. But you can find different filters. There's short ones, and then there's tall, skinny ones, candle filters. My thought on the tall, skinny ones is as the water starts going down below the top of it, it's going to not process it as fast. So the short, fat one's what I like better. And realistically, I should punch 2 more holes and have a total of 3 of them in there.
And that bigger one's got more surface area too. So
yeah. Yep.
They say that short, fat one off of cheaper than dirt can do like 10 gallons a day or something.
Yeah, they said this one would do a gallon a day too, and it didn't come close. But at the end of the day, we still had a quart of water, so that would have got us through the next day. I got some rocks in the fire. What we're going to do is we're going to throw those rocks right into here and see how this works. Again, we're just going to keep shaking that up to get that iodine moved around. I'm going to throw the rocks in while I'm over here. All right, the canteen cup's boiling. And you can see that melted only that far down, and that's got bubbles on the side of it, so it's almost boiling. If you get them out of the river, they're going to be saturated with water. You put them in a fire, they're going to fall, which means the water expands into steam. Water to steam, 1 gallon, it expands 1,700 times. And it does it fast, so that's why you got the rocks that are falling in. You can see the water start to boil in that cup. Those rocks have been in there for a while. If you don't get a full 2 minutes out of that, you can pull that out and drop another rock in. You're going to lose some of the water due to steam and due to overflow when you put the rocks of a different size in and lose some of the water. Again, the canteen cup that's in there, that's already been going 2 minutes, so that's good to go. You can see this other one here is actually boiling. Reason this is, so that one's good to drink. That one's getting ready to boil, so that plastic one would be another minute or 2. That would be good to drink. And that's not quite at a boil. I would let that go until it quit moving around, and I would feel safe drinking that. If I didn't, I would pull the rock out and I'd grab one more out of the fire and put in there.
You're still bubbling at 1 minute 10 seconds.
On this
The
one?
rocks.
Yeah. Are you gonna go over one of these? Okay.
You were during my class.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. We kids wanted something to do, so we made up these Capri Suns. Cut them off, let them dry out, put your stuff in it, hot iron seals it shut. In here, this is kind of a fire making kit. Jason's gonna go over all the stuff, or the different things in here, but one of the things I wanted to bring out is we put a piece of foil in here. The foil keeps the few matches dry that are in here, but it also doubles if you fold it properly. And I didn't fold that properly. As another way to have a container to boil your water with.
Oh yeah. Put a tarp up.
Or a metal piece of metal.
Drink the rainwater.
Now, rainwater, you almost don't have to treat, or you don't have to treat as much. The world of difference between watching it or hearing about it and actually doing it.